What's up, everybody? Welcome to Indie Comics Review. I'm your host, Lorenzo. Um, I'm going to do reviews on 3 comics I read this week. A couple of them came out last week, and one I think is from a couple of weeks ago. But they're all recent comics. So let's get started right away with that. The first book is Phantom Starkiller from Scout Comics. It's written by Peter Gorell and illustrated by Joseph Smallkey. It's under their Black Caravan imprint. I guess these creators have their own imprint, and that's what they're calling it. So, Phantom Starkiller is based on this character that he was formerly an intergalactic assassin, and right now he's been kind of I guess in the employ of this the guy named Count Draco. Was it Draco? Probably Draco. But Count Draco was this intergalactic like gangster-like guy. In the first issue, we get to meet Phantom Starkiller, and we discover his origin. But along the way, we're showing him just like laying waste to everything that he comes into contact with. He really enjoys his profession as an assassin. He's been sent on a mission. He's been sent on a mission by Count Draco to retrieve this jewel, this magical or powerful jewel, and to kill everyone that he runs into. And there's nothing he likes better than killing the little Phantom Starkiller. And it shows his origin. And his origin is he was formerly this assassin, just an intergalactic assassin. He got betrayed by his partner. His partner sold him out and stole his ship. So he's got a score to settle with his former partner. He spent years in prison, and he was turned into this killing machine, like I said before, by Count Draco. He tortured him and had him almost dead, near death, and he brought him back by sending him through this process where he became this Phantom Starkiller. Now, there's a lot of influences. I think this book is heavily influenced by Star Wars, but it has its own original ideas as well. And one thing that strikes me about this book is just the feel of it. I mean, it's got some weight to it. It's really, it's a $3.99 book, but it's got some real substance. It's got a nice cardstock cover. It's got this high quality paper on the inside. And you notice a lot of the books that come from like the big two, they're just not up to snuff compared to a lot of the indie books. I mean, let's face it, the big two know that we're going to buy their books. They print them on toilet paper. It doesn't make a difference, right? You're going to still go out and buy their books. I think a lot of the indie publishers go that extra step just to give you a nice product for your money. I know that's crazy, but yeah, I like that. Anyway, so Phantom Starkiller's on his mission. He's laying waste to everybody, and he meets this. Spoiler: the guy that he's going after is his ex-partner, and there's a resolution reached at the end. I won't reveal all of that. And he meets what could be, I think, his future sidekick as well. I really like this book. This is something that I think, I don't know, it's different. It's kind of the same thing but different as far as the whole Star Wars thing. I see little similarities between Darth Vader and the Jedi a little bit with some of this, but this happened a little more fun, I think, than some of the Star Wars books have. And it doesn't take itself too seriously. And there's like action figures apparently, and all kinds of stuff in the back. And Count Draco is coming out with a book of his own pretty soon. So Phantom Starkiller could be something. There's also a few variants for this book. So I think I ordered a variant from somebody. That's I think it may be from Scout or from somebody else. But this may have come out maybe a few months ago. It's been around for a while, but I just got hip to it, so I'm reviewing it now, and I think it's a decent book. You can, I had to like pay a premium for this book. It wasn't no longer cover price. It's hard to find this book for $3.99, but I think if you're into something that's different and give you quality for your money, and it's a fun read, and it's fun, violent, and space adventures, Phantom Starkiller could be up your alley. Next book is Colonel Weird, Cosmogogue. I just wrapped up with number 4. It was a 4-issue limited series, and this book followed Colonel Weird and explained a little bit more about what's going on with him. In the Black Hammer series, he was always just like the old weird guy in the spacesuit, a parody of Adam Strange, who just said like odd things and then just kind of faded out of existence. What I really liked was his the robot that he used to hang out with, which was not in the first 4 issues, the first 3 issues of this book, but he was such a more interesting character when the robot was around. The robot was kind of the brains of the outfit, because Colonel Weird is kind of slipping in and out of reality. Colonel Weird, it shows in this series here that he's just he's visiting his he's visiting people he knows from the past. He's drifting from timelines into different realities. He's seeing different versions of himself from the past. He's revisiting his wife. He keeps reliving that same event in Black Hammer where they all were transported or teleported to another dimension, which all began the whole Black Hammer series. So there's a lot of things were revealed in this series, and it makes him kind of a sympathetic character. He seems to be either going mad, or just getting old, or he's just being driven mad by just not being able to stay in one reality. And he just drifts in and out from one reality to another. He influences people. He starts like a hippie cult back in the 60s, and he just has this many lives. He has so many lives. This series comes to an end with answering some questions, and also there's a very touching moment at the end of this series. I won't reveal too much about it, but I like the way that this series wrapped up, and I feel like there's going to be more from Colonel Weird and the Black Hammer gang as time goes on. Jeff Lemire and Tyler Crook, who are the creators on this book, really did a good job on this series. I recommend almost everything Black Hammer, and I do recommend Colonel Weird especially if you're into the world of Black Hammer. And not you should be. Third book is Crimson Flower. This is from Dark Horse. It's written by Matt Kent and illustrated by Matt Lesniewski. This is another good Matt Kent story. He just keeps cranking out good work almost wherever he goes. There's more Matt Kent stuff coming out from Dark Horse, but focusing on this one is about it starts with this young Russian girl, and she's reading like Russian Slavic folk tales in her father's study. It shows how she used to come into her father's study. As long as she's quiet, she could stay in there and read, and she loves to be in there with him. And then it flashes forward to her as an adult, and you find out that her father was brutally murdered right in front of her. And she's spent her life searching for that murderer. In the meantime, she's become this pill-popping pharmaceutical representative in St. Petersburg, Russia. They show her like searching and looking for this guy, meanwhile promoting her products and putting the pressure on people that she thinks knows what this guy is. So she gets a lead on the guy, and she goes to his apartment, and there's a showdown there where she tells him, I think you're the guy that killed my father. He goes to this whole thing where he denies it. There's a fight. She tells this story about, well, you know, you're just a pawn of the government, of authority. Uh, there's a confrontation there. Won't go too much into that, but this book really goes into. I think she's kind of either bending reality, or this has something to do with the Russian folktales, or the stories that she used to read as a kid, or she has some kind of powers, some kind of mystical powers, or superhero powers. I'm not quite sure, but that's left over at the end of this book. What I love about this book is the story from Matt Kent, number one, and also the artwork of Lesnowinski is it's got this really great texture and feel, and it almost reminds you a bit of the old underground comics, the Robert Crumb style of comics. It's exaggerated. It's people have like these huge veins and these distorted body parts, but it works. I really like it. It gives you a different kind of a feel. The coloring and the line art are just great on this book, and it goes so well with Matt Kent's story. This, I don't know. I wasn't even going to pick this book up. It was, I think, one of the featured books at the comic shop this week, and I'm glad I did. This is my surprise of the week. I'm really glad that I picked this book up, and I'll probably be subscribing to it because Crimson Flower, Matt Kent. So far, I can't think of anything by him that I don't like, and Crimson Flower is another winner, I think. So. Yeah, check that out. It was just out last week, so you can probably still pick it up, and you won't be disappointed. So that's it for this Indie Comics review. Be sure to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notifications button so you know when I'm making another video. So until next time, I'll see you in my next video. Hey, don't forget to subscribe and leave a thumbs up.